Well, hi everybody and welcome back to Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. And I am in Wyoming at Apple Cottage. Well, John over at Will It Grow, Team Will It Grow for Shedwars put out a challenge, a Gladiator challenge on could we buy food from the grocery store and grow. So we had to pick out 2 different vegetables from the grocery store, plant them, and then do videos throughout the summer on the progress. So I'm going to show you what I picked out. And I actually picked out 3 because one of them was just so fun that I had grown from the store in Arizona, and I wanted to see how it would do in Wyoming weather. Soils are different, weather's different, and I just thought it'd be fun. So let's start the Gladiator Challenge seeds from the store. One of the Gladiator challenges for SHEDWARS21 is to grow things that you bought from the grocery store. So today I bought petite gold cherries. They're snacking tomatoes. Some green onions. Now you may say, well, the green onions are already grown. But when you buy green onions from the store and you plant them, they will get the size of leeks. This base will get huge. And so I'm going to grow those. My other thing I'm going to grow are potatoes. Now these are organic potatoes, so they don't have any of the inhibitors because they put a chemical on a lot of potatoes so that they don't grow eyes when you buy them in the grocery store. And so I have the Melody, and it's got some purple and red and white potatoes, and also the fingerlings. Wonderful potatoes. So let's pot them up. Now there's some specific rules. Like when I slice the tomato, I have to plant it right away. I can't dry it. Can't dry anything. I can't wait. You're buying it from the grocery store and you're planting. That's part of the rule. I'm going to grow the cups in what is called a peekaboo system. So I put the name of the tomato. It has some slices in the cup. And then the water will always go in here. And so then it just sits in there, easy to water, and I'm not watering from the top. What I have to do is take a tomato, and I'm just taking a serrated knife because that cuts a tomato easier. And see all those seeds in there? This Gladiator challenge, we're just supposed to just take those seeds out and just dump them right on the soil. So we're not drying. It's fresh, and that goo that's around the tomato will actually give it a lot of moisture. So I wouldn't even have to actually water this today. Now the soil that I make, perlite, vermiculite, potting soil, and coconut coir, it's moist. Not wet, but moist. But as you can see, there's tomato seeds all along there. Then I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of the mixture, pat it down, and then I like to either put perlite, vermiculite. If I don't have either one of those, I am going to just use more soil. But I have some perlite, so I'm just going to put that on the top. And I'll do the same with these 2 other containers. So all the tomatoes are going to be in orange. So there we have all 3 of the containers with the small yellow petite cherries. So we'll put those to the side. Our next are going to be our green onions. So I'm going to put them in a green cup. I just take a knife and I just slice it into there. And I've already done it on these ones so that they're all ready. I'm going to take a marker. I'm going to put the date, 4/16, and I'm going to write O for organic green onions. And then it's ready to fill up. So I have about halfway full. I'm going to press it down some. Then I'm going to look at my green onions, and I want the ones with the most roots on them. So like this one is a good one. See this part right here? I'm going to rip that off because it'll just decompose in the soil, and I don't want that. So any of those ones you want to have them, you just want to pull it off. So then I'm going to press that in there. Then I'm going to take soil and I'm going to fill it all the way to the top. Pressing it down because I want it to stay where it is. Now these take a little while to start seeing the growth on there. And all of these eventually I will plant outside. But I'm going to do all 3 of the green onions now. So the green onions are planted in the 2 system called a peekaboo cup. And as you can see, if I put this about where I planted it in there, you can see I'm covering up a lot of the white. And it'll take a little while, then pretty soon it'll start sending up other shoots out of here. More that look like this one. So let's do the potatoes. Here are the 4 different types of potatoes. We have a petite purple, petite red, petite gold, and a golden flesh fingerling. Here they are in the cups. Now the first one is a fingerling, and those are always long and skinny. And the idea is I found the places where they have the most eyes. This is the golden, the red, and then the purple. Usually I chip my potatoes, and so the eyes have time to grow. But part of the rules are you buy from the store and you plant it. This is my chitting process that I'm doing on my other potatoes, and see those little short, stubby eyes. This is perfect when you want to grow your own potatoes. And you just let them chit for a couple weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, depends on the weather. On the potatoes, I just filled them to the top with my mixture of soil. I won't put any perlite on the top, and then I will just take the cups and set it inside. I didn't press down on the soil at all because I don't want the tiny eyes to have any trouble coming through the soil. So everything's planted. The tomatoes, the potatoes, and the onions. I'm going to set them over here by my peppers and tomatoes so they get some sun, and I will keep you updated with the progress. As a bonus, I wanted to show you what I do to get more roots on my stalks of my tomatoes. Now I just took the scissors and I cut them off. You can use clippers or whatever you want to. Then I have some craft paper. It's folded in half, and I'm literally just going to wrap it around the tomato. And that's the reason why I cut those lower branches off. I'm going to tape it and then fill it with soil. Now on this one, when I slip it over, this one is still too tall. So what I'm going to do is just take my scissors and get close to the stalk and just cut that off. And I'm actually going to cut this one also. Then this can go right over top of it. And the folded side is what's going down. Okay? And then I'm just going to fill all 3 of these with soil. And it's just a matter of just dumping that soil in there. And you can, whoops, sorry. You can just move it around, press it down lightly, and I'm going to fill it all the way to the top. Now a tomato has 2 different types of roots. Roots that take up water and roots that take up nutrients. And on that stalk where we cut off those extra branches, they'll make complete roots all the way through. So not only will I have roots down in here, but I'll also have roots all the way through here. And so I'll go through and I'll do all of these also. But I thought that was a little bonus for you guys. Now if you're wondering what those sacs are along my windowsill, they're praying mantis cocoons, eggs. This sac has a window. And that way I can know when they start to hatch and they start growing because of the window. But I have 5 different egg sacs. So all of them are done. Now the ones that are smaller, I just didn't fill up as much. And as they get bigger, I can fill them all the way up to the top like this one. But this is just a simple, easy trick. I like doing the tomatoes in big tubs like this because 1, I can add these collars on. 2, the roots can spread all over into the soil and I get bigger, healthier tomato plants. Well, it's been a really busy day at Apple Cottage today, and I have corned beef and cabbage in the oven right now. I made ice cream this morning, did up the video and the bonus, and Joe and I are going to the movies tonight. So as always, like, subscribe, share with the world. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoy all the plants. I love plants. That's all there is to it. I can't live without them. Have a great weekend.